Hey guys, welcome. I just wanted to record my About Me presentation that I normally give on the first day so that our virtual students can watch it as well, and you can access this and watch it whenever you need to. I'm just going to share some silly memes today and go through a lot of the classroom procedures. Steve Irwin, everybody knows him, hopefully. He said, "We don't own the planet Earth, we belong to it, and we must share it with our wildlife." I find that to be something that speaks to me. Anyway, welcome to my class. I am teaching biology, environmental science, and I have APES second semester. I do have first period planning this year, so that's when I will be most responsive to emails and calls, etc. And I'm going to be teaching biology honors second and third, and then I'll have environmental science fourth period. Okay, so this year's motto is going to be just go with the flow. We're just going to work together, and we're going to have a lot of fun and a lot of learning. It's just going to be a little bit different this year. But I promise you will still get a lot of good things. All right, so I'm going to go over the syllabus. Just kidding, I love Justin Bieber. All right, so if you are an environmental science student, we are going to go through a lot of the concepts that are biology concepts, but we focus a lot on ecology and earth science and how humans affect the earth. So environmental science is so much fun because we get to see what we do and our impacts on the earth and the environment. And then, of course, biology is the study of living things. So we do the typical stuff: cells, genetics, protein synthesis, human reproduction, and ecology, evolution, classification, plants, animals. Those are all the fun things that we do in bio. All right, so it's a little cut off up top there, but these are the supplies that we use throughout the year. Even in a modified learning situation, we'll need, the typical stuff: glue, markers, tissues, things like that. I do ask that if you are in class, bring at least one item off of the donation list. Those are things we will use throughout the year. Things like soap and Lysol spray, and it's a little bit hard to find, but even just colored computer paper and colored pencils and things like that we will use in class. Typically, you need to have a 3-ring binder and notebook paper to go with it. I don't typically need you to have dividers. This year, we are going to be heavily using Google Classroom, so there shouldn't be too many handouts. Let's go over the biology syllabus. All right, so this is the biology syllabus that is on the Google Classroom as well. The big things to note here is that we will be using Focus in Google Classroom often. Participation is very important. I will typically announce tests and quizzes in advance. Things will be mainly online this year, so it will look a little bit different, whether you are e-learning or in class. We do have an online textbook, and we will be doing a lot more online labs this year. If you watch the little video that I am explaining it right here, how to add the Savas Realize textbook to your Launchpad. There's a little video that I will post in the Google Classroom on how to access your online book. And absences and late work, you do need to keep up with your work. It will be posted in Google Classroom. If you are an in-class student, I have a board on my wall over there that will list the weekly assignments and due dates, etc. I also will be using Remind to help you keep up with things. If you need extra help, please just email me. That is the easiest way. Like I said, I have first period planning, so you can email me then. Coming before school or after school is possible if you just let me know ahead of time. All right, so this is a list of in-class and e-learning requirements. I need you to read through these with your parents. And in Google Classroom, there is a question posted after you have read through this entire thing and shown it to your parents. Answer the question in Google Classroom where you create 2 of your classroom expectations, things that you know that you need to do in order to have a successful year in biology. So please read through this with your parents, go to the Google Classroom and answer that question on there for me, please. All right, so we are going to be trying to use a little bit more of a virtual notebook this year. Okay, so here is our interactive notebook that we're going to play with this year. I've already got some good information in there for you. We've got scientific method. This will be your interactive poster outlines that I am doing instead of my traditional folders that I had my honors kids and my AP kids do. It gives you specific instructions for vocabulary and summaries, and basically it helps you to outline the chapter. And it just tells you what to do right there. Questions, images, description of the images, and things like that. It also has this choice menu board that you will be doing a tic-tac-toe version, so you have to do number 5 first, and then you can pick 2 of any of the others. We'll be using that on occasion. And I know you've all heard of CERs before, so here is a clickable CER format that we will use throughout the year. So you will have a couple of assignments, this Early Discoveries in Science, a CER practice that we will do, and you've got some other good things in here that you might want to use throughout the year, but not all of it will be required throughout the year. So we will look out for that. I haven't posted it into the classroom as of right now, but we will be using it. Okay, so if you are in AP second semester, you will likely be doing the 30 manila folders where you are handwriting things on the folders. There is scientific research that writing things out by hand is a better way to learn. So I encourage you guys, even if I use a virtual notebook this year, you can also do it by hand and take pictures of it and submit it that way as well. All right, again, by September 10th, I'm hoping everybody can donate one item off of my list over here, please. Okay, the next slide shows us our remind. Hopefully you've used this before. If you're in biology, it is @NickBio to the number 81010. So you will text this message to this number. And if you are APES, here is the Environmental Science Kids 4th period. And then I also am the sponsor of Earth Club. If you'd like to join Earth Club, you can send @HugATree23 to the number 81010. If you can't do this now, obviously you can come back and visit this video again or take a picture of it and go ahead and do that later, please. Okay, so we are going to be using a bunch of new technology this year. A lot of it is new to me. I would like you at the end of this presentation to use this QR code. You can go ahead and do it right now for Padlet. So this is what Padlet will look like. It says, which of these tech haven't you used before? So you can put a little post-it on the board there in Padlet so that we can kind of talk about technology a bit. All right. And the next slide is our class rules. We are going to start with There is no longer any food and drink allowed in the class. Please let me know if you obviously need to use the bathroom, and if you are thirsty or need a break from your mask, let me know. I will do the best I can to accommodate, but you have to also understand that we do have a lot of things to cover and I can't constantly be interrupted. So try to find a good transition point if you do need to do any of those things. Please show respect. You will be required to follow guidelines and all school rules. You will need to wear a mask at all times and keep your distance and respect other people's space. Please use evidence when we are having discussions. Be a team player, wait your turn, be kind, use all your manners. You know all those things. I need you to work to your full potential this year. It's going to be a challenging year for all of us. If you do something wrong, just own it. Be responsible. We'll talk about it. We'll fix things. Okay, so in the Google Classroom, I have posted a editable student safety contract. Please go ahead and have your parents sign that, and you will need to resubmit it in the Google Classroom, whether it's you can save it as a PDF on your desktop or save it on your desktop, edit it, and then resubmit it, or your parents will need to sign it though. So please repost that and submit it in the Google Classroom. Okay. So lab safety rules, we're just going to go through this very quickly. Rule number 1, read lab materials in advance. Note all cautions, written and oral, so please listen to your teacher and listen to me when I give you the verbal warnings in the beginning of a lab. Rule number 2, never assume an experiment is safe just because it is in print. Wear all of your safety materials. Do not eat or drink in the laboratory. This is even more important now than ever. Keep personal items off of the lab tables. You should not have cell phones out unless I specifically tell you to use them. Tie your long hair back. Make sure your clothing isn't too loose. Make sure you don't have long sleeves. And you can wear lab aprons when appropriate. Avoid all rough play and mischief in science classrooms or labs. It is a very important thing that you listen to me here. I've had students do some pretty crazy things in labs and almost get hurt. So just please, no mischief, no horseplay. All right. You will need to have closed-toed shoes on days when we are conducting experiments. You can drop a glass beaker. There's hot liquids sometimes. And I don't want you getting hurt. Never use mouth suction when filling pipettes with chemical reagents. Avoid transferring chemicals to your face, hands, or other areas of exposed skin, so wear gloves if you can, and if you do get something on you, just remember to wash your hands immediately. Never force glass tubing into rubber stoppers, so just be careful when you're holding any type of glass. Thoroughly clean all work surfaces and equipment after each use. This rule is a very big rule this year. We need to clean laptops, we need to clean desks, we need to make sure that we are cleaning all surfaces regularly. Make certain all hot plates and burners are turned off before leaving the laboratory. Okay, so I do have a Google Classroom assignment for you to create a safety poster of one of our safety rules. They can be either off of this list here or from the presentation I just showed you. You'll just create like a little comic or a little picture displaying one of your rules and post it in the Google Classroom. That will be your homework for tonight, as well as signing your safety science agreement. Okay. And, okay, more rules, more learning. Okay, So let's go back. Please maintain an active Focus and Google Classroom account every single day. Please restrict your cell phone usage. Make sure if you are an e-learner that you're logging in about 5 minutes early and waiting. I will admit you when I'm ready, but you might be waiting around a little bit. Make sure you're checking in on Google Classroom and looking for any assignments or bell ringers that I may have posted for that day. I will follow the district expectations for attendance and behavior. Please be respectful of your peers at all times, whether e-learning or school-based. I, as in you, will complete all of your assignments to the best of your ability in a timely manner. Please remember that I will be understanding about late assignments, but if it becomes a chronic thing, you will start losing points. Please email me if you have any questions. If it's a very urgent matter, you can use Remind to message me as well. All right, so I know so many rules. For any of you that are e-learners, or if we by chance go to be full-time e-learning at some point, these are some of the rules to make sure you are following. Be on time. Have your microphone muted. I will need to see your face so that you can check in and I can see your face. You can raise your hand like this, or you can in Zoom click a little button that is a raising the hand button. You can also request that I slow down or speed up. You can also type something in the chat if you have questions for me, and I will get to those questions as soon as I can. Be respectful to others that are talking. So again, make sure your microphone is muted. And here's just some more. But overall, just please do your best to use good manners, I think, is one of the bigger things. Okay, so very specific for e-learning. I kind of already went through all of this, but your camera must be on, but you need to remain muted unless I specifically talk to you. Please contact Ms. Ziers in the Media Center at this email. If you have any issues with tech, you should be getting a meeting room invite from me the day before school. So hopefully you've got all that figured out. It's day one. You should be watching this. Make sure that you check Focus daily, but understand that all assignments will be in Google Classroom and they will all be counted as grades. Okay, so cell phone usage will not be permitted in class for personal use. This course, all my courses have a rigorous pace, and you will need to do your best to keep up. We already kind of mentioned cleanliness is really important this year. If you want to wash your hands at any time, I do have about, 6 sinks back there. You can wash your hands, but again, try to wait for a transition. Try to wait for a time when you won't be interrupting the class. And we need to talk about where fire safety equipment is. There's a fire blanket in the back of the room. There's a shower. Make sure you look for those when you are in the class. There is an eye wash station over by the fume hood. There's an eye wash station attached to the shower in the back of the room. And we will be talking more about bathroom passes in the future, what we will use, the procedure, etc. I will let you know that as soon as I find it out. Right now, you'll just ask, of course, raise your hand. Okay, so we kind of already went through the lab safety stuff. And dissections might be a possibility in the future. Here's just some fun memes that I thought you guys might enjoy. They made me laugh anyway. We all need to laugh every day. All right, so I'm going to go through some stuff about me. I think it's kind of important for you guys to get to know me, and I want to get to know you. There will be a virtual icebreaker that I will be posting so I can learn a little bit about you. My background, I have a biological sciences degree. My concentration was marine science, but environmental science has become my love. And of course, I love bio, but that was my degree. And I have a education minor, and of course, I went through the alternate route to become a teacher. I have been teaching here. I already taught here 12 years, so I'm in my 13th year now, and I am also the sponsor of Earth Club. All right, so my birthday is April 23rd. Something that makes me unique, I think, is that I have twins. It's pretty hard to scare me because, twins are very challenging. They're crazy. I believe change can happen, and I am a conservationist. I do the best I can to live that lifestyle. What I wish my students knew is that I care about you. I want you all to succeed. You need to always try your best and ask questions. And it is okay to have a bad day. I've had many bad days, and you will too. So we just need to take everything with a grain of salt. And what is my life motto? Be the change you wish to see in the world. So that is a quote by Gandhi. And also, my favorite is, unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing's going to get better. It's not. And that is Dr. Seuss from the Lorax. And yes, we will likely be watching the Lorax this year. It's got a great lesson to go with it. It's great with ecology. And my bucket list, I want to swim with whale sharks, and I want to visit the Great Barrier Reef and the Galapagos before climate change probably impacts those animals. I want to be able to see the diversity of life there. It's so cool. Cool animals. Song lyrics, don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is going to be all right. I have had many challenges in my life, and maybe we will talk about that someday and share. But this is one of my favorite songs to sing when I'm feeling down. Okay, I have a goat list kind of thing going on here. Game of Thrones was one of my all-time favorite shows. I love all sorts of different types of food. I love Thai food. I love sushi. And coffee is my life. Coffee is my blood. I want coffee right meow, like all the time. And this was another one of my favorite quotes that I found pretty recently. We don't need a handful of people doing zero waste perfectly. We need millions of people doing it imperfectly. So any small change you can make in your life could be impactful overall, and it does add up. All right, what celebrity would you want to have dinner with? I chose Leonardo DiCaprio and Adrian Grenier because they are both advocates for the environment, and they are trying to help conserve the diversity of life, and I really appreciate them for that. I think they're very cool for using their celebrity status to help the environment. Okay. Winter is coming. Just kidding. Global warming. Yeah, I love Game of Thrones. Jon Snow is my favorite. And, yeah, Jason Momoa, he's kind of my man. I love Harry Potter and Marvel movies, and I'm a big nerd for Marvel. I rewatched them all over the summer in order. Sequential order, by the way. You can Google that if you don't know what the sequential order is. And Jack Johnson is one of my all-time favorite music. I could listen to him whenever I'm feeling down. 5 quotes about sustainability. So those are just some fun quotes that I like. You can pause it if you'd like and read through them. And then I just think that these memes are hysterical. Smudge the cat is just the cutest thing ever. These are some pictures of my family, and I took this picture in Maine last summer. You can see the dragonfly wings sticking out of the frog's mouth. I saw him eat the dragonfly. It was very cool. And I like to go kayaking and canoeing with my family. I just recently saw bioluminescence in the Merritt Island National Wildlife Refuge. I went out on a nighttime kayak trip. It was gorgeous. If you haven't seen bioluminescence, you definitely should try to get out there and do that. I do like to run in races and stay active. I exercise probably 6 days a week. And these are just some more pictures of my family. We do have a class pet. Her name is Danny. And hopefully she'll be able to come back to the classroom soon. These are my children. This is Cecilia and this is Maria. They are twin girls. They are both 5 and starting kindergarten this year. This is my son, Caden. He is starting 2nd grade this year. And these are our newest kittens, Cheese and Cheddar, Cheddar Cheese, Cheddar and Cheese. And this is Maisie. And I have 2 other adult cats. One of them you can kind of see right here, Aladdin and Jasmine. And we have 2 dogs. This is Rosie and Ronan. And we have tons of fish tanks at home and all sorts of pets. So I am a science teacher for sure. I have a lot of pets and a lot of stuff going on. So that is it. That is my presentation. I kept it to 25 minutes. Look at me go. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and comment below on the classroom comments, and I will get to those comments in class. I look forward to having you guys this year, and I can't wait to get to know you, albeit it'll be a little bit differently getting to know you this year. But please contact me if you have any questions. Thanks, guys. Bye.